Thanks to the new movie, I want to cosplay Princess Peach, but I don't want to spend any money. Let's see what we can do. I have this dress that I think I bought from Shine that I never used that's lying around. We're going to start with that as our base. This is a bed cover, I think, that I'll use the pink part from, and I have these curtains that I thrifted. Let's start by taking the buttons off of the front of the dress. We don't need those and they were decoration anyways, so bye-bye buttons and we can start with a nice clean slate. I knew I needed to add a little bit to the bottom of the dress, but the question was how much. So here it goes onto the dress form so I can figure out how much trim I needed to add. Then I had to separate the part that I wanted from the part that I didn't from this bedsheet thing, which was pretty straightforward, and it actually ended up being wider than I needed, so here I am shortening it up a little and attaching it to the bottom of the dress. I hadn't really measured how big the hem was, so I was really hoping that it would work out because I'd only done some guesswork, but luckily it worked out in my favor and it went all the way around with some extra to spare. Back to the dress form and double checking it looked alright before cutting off the extra. And then I had to figure out how to make the hip pads. I'd never made any before, so I was just kind of throwing things at the dress form until it looked right. And so this is me gathering together the end, so it made a kind of poofy thing, and then I repeated for the other side. Because I wasn't working from a pattern, I worked on the back of the hip pads while I was on the dress form just so I could make sure that the hip pads were even and that everything was sitting where it needed to be. Then I had to figure out how to cover this part of the back that was a little bit ugly. Oh yeah, remember that extra? I turned it into a bow! I wanted to attach it with snaps, but I couldn't find any, so I used these Velcro pieces instead, and that seemed to work out pretty well. Here's the back of the dress all coming together. I was pretty happy with how it ended up turning out, and a look from further away. Stay tuned for how I'm going to do the wig as well as the accessories. I'm pretty excited about it.